Alright guys, this Dan's Cloud, Woden, coming in here to just show some people who don't play Dark Souls or Bloodborne just the beginning of what you should be doing in this game since it came out for free for PlayStation. Now, creating a character, make him look any way you want. Make him look stupid. You can make him look like he's got a black hole coming out of his face. Whatever, you make a giant nose, you make him look like a Joker. Some people make him look like anime characters. I made my character look like an anime character, so I saved his face, and I'm just going to quickly choose that. For your stats, you're going to want to go with Vitality, Endurance, Strength, and Skill as being your main focuses. You will definitely see it once we get in here. I'm going to choose the worst one just for basics, just to show you that it's not impossible. Now, I do have probably like 200 plus hours on this game, and I do play Dark Souls 3 as well. Played some Dark Souls 2. We'll be playing Dark Souls 1 when it comes out in May, so if you do enjoy the game, those are definitely really good ones to go with. Now, they don't start you with a weapon. So, yeah. We're going to go in here without a weapon, just like everybody else. All the slow door open scenes are basically permanent. So they're kind of just being dramatic about it and letting you know. There's your R1 attacks and the R2 attack. Just double checking to make sure we don't have anything in here. That's going to be your tire. This is going to be just some good information for you. Make sure you read all those messengers. Some of those messengers are going to be in-game messengers, and some of those are going to be actual player messengers. Now, I'm just going to show you, how to fight these things. If you see your health bar, which is red, if you notice how far it went down if that thing attacked me, and how I'm attacking it and refilling my health bar, that's going to be a huge strategy for this game. This is it's going to be a life. Now, I actually don't suggest doing what I'm doing. Obviously, 5 minutes of try hard, just trying to beat it to death with my fist isn't going to work. And this is really what the game wants you to do anyway. It wants you to die. So you should just run up to it and die. And it is going to bring you back to your safe place for the rest of the game. I'm going to be skipping past pretty much all the cutscenes. I suggest you guys watch them. People love the lore. I'm also going to skip past all of the conversations just to avoid time wasting. And this is the reason why you should die. It's because it's going to send you back to the dream world, and you're going to get to choose your first weapon. Now, all the weapons are actually good. The cane is going to be the least damaging. But it's going to have the farthest reach on extensions. The beast saw, the saw cleaver is going to do more damage against beasts. I do suggest using the axe, though. It used to be the highest damaging weapon. I don't know if they, patched anything for that. But the starter weapons, yeah, definitely suggest the axe and the blunderbuss. You're probably going to think, great, I got a gun. It's not going to do very much damage, though. So what it's really there for is to stagger enemies right before they hit you. And this will allow you to do what's called a riposte, or what they call in this game a visceral attack. And it's going to be pretty awesome and bloody, and it does a lot of damage. So you do want to try to do that, when you get better at the game. The blunderbuss is going to have the widest range, the most little pellets, like a shotgun, so it's why you should probably choose that first. You can choose whatever you want, though. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. It's just, for what I'm going to show you, is going to be the axe and the blunderbuss, which is mostly what people suggest for newer players. These statues are how you warp. It's going to tell you that when you read it. And so circle is going to be your dodge. Dodge is partially invincible during, so it's going to be what's saving your life in this game most of the time. I'm also going to show you basically just a quick run through of the whole first part of this first level. It's not a complete walkthrough. There's extra areas in this level. This is actually an optional boss that we're going to go to, and I'm going to fight and hopefully kill the first time. But if not, that's really not what was meant for you to happen anyway. No one was meant to just cheese through this game. Now I'm showing you some of the weapon attacks here, R1s, and then that's the charge up R2 attack for your extended blade. Your extended blade is L1. You can actually switch between your regular R1. You can go R1, L1, R1, which will do like a short blade attack, a long blade attack, and then a short blade attack again. Now we're just going to walk up to him and do the short blade attack just to show you how brutal it is. And those are basically just your R2 attacks with the extended blade. Now see, the 5 minutes that it took me to beat that thing almost to death before it killed me just took 2 seconds to kill it once you start getting stuff down. And again, if anything kills you, it's killed me 100 times, and that's what the game's about. Just learning how to kill stuff and coming back and then just destroying it. So let's make our way through here. I'm going to open up the shortcuts as well. This is not a shortcut, obviously, but I'm just going to show you the shortcuts, how to get through the first part of the level. This is going to be how to get your souls, or your blood echoes, sorry, which is in the upper right hand corner. You're going to see that stacking up. In most games, your experience automatically goes to your player, and you'll be like, oh, you've reached level 2. In this game, that doesn't happen. You stack it up in the upper right hand corner, and then you're going to hold on to it until you make it back to your dream. Unfortunately, you're not going to wake up the doll until we see a boss and get some insight. So that's basically why I'm also doing this walkthrough, is because we need to do this part of the game to get the ability to summon other players, as well as level up your own character. So this is going to be kind of like a hurdle for some people. This is going to be probably the easiest little thing to open up. It's going to show you how to open up shortcuts and walkways as well, and to summon, elevators, etc. That's a foreboding cry. Anytime you see these, you want to light them. It's going to be your safe haven to go back home, kind of like it tells you.
Oh, and whatever.
Talk to all the NPCs, all the non-playable characters. Anytime you see a lantern lit up in front of a door, a window, anything else, talk to them. This guy in particular, you want to come back and talk to after you've beaten a couple bosses. And he'll give you some items and kind of go through a little story with you. But, if you want to look that stuff up, you can look all that stuff up too. I'm not going to go through everything with you. Just go through this little beginning part. And if you charge through, that guy's going to cut you. So you can just wait a second and give him what he deserves. These are going to be actual live players, and it's going to be their dead bodies and how they died. So sometimes it tells you, maybe there's a giant creature around the corner. If there's like a whole bunch of dead bodies there, you're like, maybe I should watch some of these. Maybe you shouldn't. Who knows? It's up to you. It's going to be called kiting enemies. With the axe, it's going to be a huge benefit just to quick clearing some stuff or getting through these little areas. And these guys, if you let these guys gang up on you, they are going to put you in a corner and prison shiv you to death. It's just what they do. Also going to show you something that you shouldn't do on your first playthrough as a non-From Software game player. This thing is here for a reason, just to kind of, once again, put you in your place after you have, you know, maybe thought you can clear some of these enemies, and these guys are pretty easy. And what I'm doing right here is actually leaving a note. Now, these notes you can rate, and if someone reads your note and it's a good note and they rate it, it'll refill your health for free, which sometimes doesn't seem that great, but when you're in a really tough when you're in a really tough boss fight, sorry, it will actually save you. Like when you're about to die, it just refills your health. It can be a blessing in disguise. So always feel, you know, leave good notes. I'm just showing how tough this dude is right here. He's got basically really high poise, which means that sometimes you're going to have to get behind him or break through his guard, which I can't do a charge attack him, so. This is the benefits of dodging. You either want to dodge right before they hit, or you can literally dodge through their attack. So if he's swinging from the right like that, so when he's swinging from one direction, you want to swing into it, which is the opposite of what I just did right there. But that's why I got hit. So you want to dodge into their attacks if they're doing sideways attacks. And here is the shortcut to the first area again. And this is once again just to show you there's nothing back here on your first playthrough. There's no real reason to kill him besides, you know, to gloat about it. Yeah. Always be careful and be listening. When you hear the footsteps coming behind you, you know someone's trying to sneak up on you. And you can stagger enemies with your attacks as well. So make sure that, you know, when you got some of that health bar down after they hit, like right after they hit you, for the recoverable health, that you can just, you know, make sure you've gauged how much you can stagger them. If you can't kill them, leave one good swing out there. Don't just mash the R1 button. Yeah, and use circle to get out of there every time. There's a guy around the corner. He's gonna shoot you in the back. I missed him. Once again, I'm the lowest level you can be, and my weapons are all lowest level as well. So that's how you can get through the game. There's another guy waiting right here. So you roll through the attack, and you're invincible during that 1 second, or the, you know, whatever, the portion of a second. Just recovered all the health I took from that. So, you know, not smart thing to just mash R1, but sometimes when you know that it's just a small hit and you can just power over them and stagger them after, keep doing it. Yeah, this guy's an asshole. In these games, you're going to want to talk to the non-playable characters repeatedly until they tell you the same things over and over again. And once they've said the same thing, you can stop talking to them. So once again, we're talking about kiting the enemies. So we just, you know, laid a line out there and just kited some of them back to us. You do not want to fight all these dudes at once on some of your first playthroughs. For non-Dark Souls, you know, Demon Souls, Bloodborne players. Once you got these guys down enough, you can run to these steps. As soon as you get to that corner, make sure you roll. when you see a bright shiny thing in the corner, when you got some enemies around, you should not do what I do and grab it, because they will come up behind you and kill you. So just wait until you killed stuff to grab stuff. Simple, right? It's also safe to stay up here when there's a gunner down there, or two gunners down there depending, because they will shoot those railings instead of your body. There's also one or two dogs. They are very fast and they are dangerous, so be careful. You roll through objects to break them. Pick up everything you can. Don't worry about getting, 20 blood vials or 20 quicksilver bullets. They will automatically go back to your safe, like your safe base, which we're going to show you right after we go to the first little semi-boss. And once you get the gist of everything, you can literally just run through here, speed run through here. People actually have plenty of speed runs, so if you want to look up online, quickest way to Cleric Beast, which is going to be the name of this boss that we're going to, they will just show you a quick run through and without killing stuff. You know what I mean? Just how you can do it, and you can do it too. Just since there's plenty of those videos, I'm not going to do that. And I'm just going to show you your quick little farming route as well, because you're going to be getting plenty of little souls. As you see, I got like 2,000 souls. I'm sorry, blood echoes. This is a little shortcut to this area, actually. There's a lot of stuff on the other side here, and another way to the bridge, etc. I'm not going to show you that. You can discover all that stuff on your own. But this is a way to dog kennels, which is actually going to show us a shortcut back to where to go. But I'm just going to show you what you're going to want to do every time you come to the dog kennels. Basically, wait for that little guy. If you can wait for him to run underneath there and land on top of him, great. Otherwise, he's going to run up the steps and you're going to kill him like a regular dog. Kill all the dogs in the kennels. It's all just free money, and, unless you're an activist or something, you can do whatever you want. But alright. So now we're going to open up, well, first we're going to run around and grab this item. And then we're going to open up a back way to the first lantern that you discover. The items that we've been picking up that Cold Blood do, I just wanted to show you what they were. It basically makes your blood echoes increase, your experience points increase. But again, if you die, you will drop those right where you died. Sometimes the enemy will pick that up and their eyes will be glowing bright blue or red or whatever. And that's just in-game lore. Anytime you see a little shiny coin like that, it's going to be some in-game lore. My dog's eating in the background here. And here's a shortcut to the first lamp. So now that we have this, we're going to run as fast as we can over to the Cleric Beast, which is also, this is also how you're going to get these speed runs through here. It skips from the steps to here for some reason. I don't know why. But basically you go up the steps. There's a guy on the right who ended up as that guy. You can kill him first. He's right back here. And there's another dude up here. Alright, so there's 2 werewolves to the right. You probably don't want to start fighting those on your own just yet, until you're ready to actually start spending experience points instead of keep losing them. So here's the troll. Now, the trolls are actually pretty damage dealing, however, they do have a little secret. They can be staggered with the shotgun, and you can run up to them and do just that. You see how much health that took off him? Alright, this is the entryway to the Cleric Beast, and this is where I'm going to leave you off for a little while here. We'll put some comments towards the end, but I'm just going to let you watch this fight. So, I'm not leveled up, I don't have the weapons leveled up, and I am lowest weapon, like basically the lowest level you can start off as. So I just wanted to show you what this fight's like. And it's not impossible. It's really just about the skill and learning your, like, making sure you dodge, knowing that you dodge into his attack, you get on his side, or you get behind him, typically, for most of these bosses. If you're hurt, you back up and heal when you need to. You move through the attack through 2 attacks instead of 3 or 4, because that gets you hit most of the time. Alright. And with that, I'm going to leave you just to watch the rest of this fight, and then I will come back once we start going to the Hunter's Tree and you can level up. And at half health, the bosses are going to enter what we mostly call Phase 2. Basically, they're going to become much more aggressive. Sometimes they'll alter a little bit, but they'll usually gain a few more attacks. They'll attack 1 or 2 more times, and are just typically more aggressive. Yeah, that grab is much worse than the grab that you just saw, so you probably don't want to get hit by that if you can. But if you do, it's just a lesson. It's more learning. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to get hit by that again. Some bosses will enter what we call Phase 3 as well once they get more towards a third of their health. Not really too sure if that's what this boss is doing or not. This boss is really here to determine, have you learned the basics, really? I mean, can you dodge? Are you dodging through the attacks? Are you getting too greedy with your attacks and letting them hit you after instead of just dodging away to a safer place? That's really what this boss is here for. But don't feel bad if you want to level up first, because my first playthrough, this was my first From Software game, and I went and leveled up in the streets for a while. And once those levels start kind of capping out to where it just seems like it's, you know, tedious or anything, just come in here and try them again. I guarantee you'll do much, much better each time. And each time you get a badge like that, you're going to be able to buy new weapons, new items, and, you know, just other various stuff. Light your lamps. Now let's go back to the Hunter's Dream, because now we have insight as well. You will get insight when you see the boss. So if you go into this fight and that boss kills you, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You don't need to beat him your first time. You got a piece of insight, and this doll will be back alive, and then you can go through the city again and get more blood echoes, and then you can come and just level up and just take it nice and slow from there. You won't be at kind of like a, you know, a hump or a hill per se. Every level that you use or that you level up is going to require more blood echoes to proceed. Each new area you get to, the enemies are going to drop higher levels, you know, higher level stuff as well, though, or more experience. So it is a good progression. You weren't meant to sit in one city and just farm forever, like in some of the older Final Fantasies or something. So, yeah. Now, once you get that one insight from seeing that boss, even if it kills you, you can now use the Beckoning Bell. The Beckoning Bell, just like it tells you, is going to summon other players that can come and help you. If you're having issues getting players and you need some help, go ahead, you know, leave me a message. If when I'm off work or on a weekend or something, or, you know, whenever you know, and I can let you know and I can help you out after work, or, you know, for most weekends as well. And then this is for the DLC, which you don't get for free, but I don't know how much it is, so depending on if you're liking the game or not, I would suggest just play through it for a little while. Play through the game a little bit, read some walkthroughs, get some walkthroughs if you want, or just do it, you know, your own. This is going to be where you're going to repair items and you're going to make items better as well. So if you see that the durability was only like 230 of 250, once you get down to like a low percentage durability, it's telling you that your weapon will break soon. You should go back and fix your weapon, because you won't do any damage to the weapon, and I think it literally does break, but I've literally never had to have that happen, because it's really not that big of a thing. Like, yeah, so you'll be fine. Just make sure you fill your weapons and you do everything, you level up your dolls, and if you really need help, let me know.